Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Tekken 7 on the GeForce GTX 1060, 6GB for FPS monitoring. I'll be using CAM. If you want to download this software, there's a link down in the description. And if you want to purchase any of the parts featured in this build and support the channel, there are Amazon affiliate links down in the description too. So Tekken 7, I'll be doing 1080p, 1440p and 4K. To skip to any of those sections of the video, check the description below. So first I'll show you 1080p using the maximum settings, and you'll see that I'm pretty much at 60 frames per second all the time, no issues whatsoever. Then I switch to 1440p, and once again I'll be using max settings, and you'll see that the game again is at 60 frames per second. And we have like 10% of GPU to spare, so 60 frames per second all the time, max settings 1440p is possible. And finally at 4K I had to overclock the GTX 1060 and I had to lower the settings to the minimum in order to be between 45 and 60 frames per second. I would personally just play at 1440p with the 1060. The game looks very good, plus it runs at 60 frames per second all the time. Or just play at 1080p max settings. The decision is up to you. So this game was made using Unreal Engine 4. You notice that on all my videos on Tekken 7 I only used the G4560 to play the game. That was because the CPU usage was very low. It was below 40% pretty much all the time. So if the game drops below 60 frames per second, that's because of the GPU. If you have an i5 or i7, you should have the same experience as I have. And as many fighting games, this game is hard lock at 60 frames per second, so you cannot go above 60. But if you get below 50 frames per second, for example, the controls get very unresponsive. So I recommend trying to target between 50 and 60 frames per second for the best experience. Then in the options menu, the most demanding things that I found so far, the ones that you should lower first, are effects quality and shadow settings. Then you got post-processing quality. That's the third most demanding that I found so far. And apart from that, there is not much that you can change to get better performance. Those three settings are the ones that make the biggest performance difference. The others don't do much. There is another option called dynamic adjustment, that it seems to be a dynamic resolution or just dynamic settings. Unfortunately, this option for me is not working. Let me know if you get it to work in the comment section down below. Then we also have rendering scale, which is just a slider to control the rendering resolution. Nothing special about it, but unfortunately, once again, this option for me is not working. I even put this at 200% on 1080p and I didn't see a performance difference, so this option doesn't seem to be working either. And on the textures, even ultra textures use less than 2GB of VRAM, so maybe if you have a 1GB video card you can run this game if you lower the texture quality, which is good news. Even at 1440p I use 1.5GB of VRAM, and I noticed that some of the edges of this game look very blurry. I looked it up in the Steam forums and people found out a way on how to disable that blur filter. You have to lower your settings on the post-processing quality to medium and the blur filter will be gone, but I'll leave a link down in the description with instructions on how to disable it from a config file so you don't have to lower the settings. I thought it was the anti-aliasing solution, but it seems to be just a filter that the developers put there. I'm not sure why. And you'll notice that I tested the same stage all the time, a stage called Duomo di Sirio or something like that. I tested all stages and that was the one that performed the worst. It seems to be due to the reflections on the floor, so I selected the trading mode in order to select the same stage all the time so my testing was consistent, but so far that's the one that runs the worst. On some videos you'll see that I also test a place with a volcano that runs very similar, but overall those are the worst performing stages I found so far. On other ones you should have 5 to 6 FPS more overall. But yeah guys, not much else to say. The game runs better than I expected. Remember, Unreal Engine 4, so it will probably favor NVIDIA cards. I'm not sure why that happens each time, but I'm happy to report that the game is running very good. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you keep enjoying the video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.